What did you, Joe? What did you ask? What did you say?
So, is a thing still a virgin if she's necked off all the man them but hasn't beat yet?
Yeah, technically she's still a virgin because she hasn't
Orally, she is not.
Orally, she's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the naan bread. I mean, would you? Okay, the next question is would you be somebody who's necked the man them but hasn't had sex?
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Would you be someone that's necked the man?
Would you be with somebody?
See, bro.
Context,
and missing out a particular word.
Did I not say with?
No, you did not.
You might have to bring you a TA, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's peak.
So, would you be with somebody who's necked the man them but has never had sex before?
Now, when you say the man name, is this man name that you know, or is this man name as in generalization?
the man's in them.
Dude, I need context. Because everyone's got a pass, but is it the man's them,
no,
or is it
not your man them?
But people, I mean, everyone's got a pass.
Yeah,
we ain't stepping into this brand new. I mean, if we could hit the reset button every time we meet someone that we're really interested in, and you just cleanses yourself of your previous sins, of getting down with the get down, cool, but. I just don't want to be in a Nando's when she's eating a wing.
Because it's like, let's say like a girl cheats on you, right?
Yeah.
If she just beat, it's like cool, whatever, boom. But when she tells you she also gave him head, does that not make it worse?
This guy in the building.
I think.
Wait, let's wait for big money. Joe
I think she's made arrangements with her next Donnie.
I want to hear. Big Buddy Joe's take on this.
Because I think her giving next man neck is worse. Cause that means you went out of your way to provide her next man pleasure.
But if you've already slept with the Donnie, if she's already slept with Donnie, no, I think from she's made arrangements with a Don, it's over. She's already gone down the road of cheating. Anything else is just the neck, the pleasure, foot punch shoulder, lizard lap, all of them thing there is just that's just extra stuff, bruv. Get me?
I'm sorry.
You know what I mean?
Maybe I'm naive or I got short-term memory. What's a lizard lap?
Lizard lap is when you're laying on the bed, yeah.
This is the Frank Ocean.
Oh my goodness!
Wait a minute.
Oh my goodness!
Wait.
Cut the cameras, man. Cut everything. Just take away the mics. This is why black men can't have podcasts.
Yeah, lizard lap is a serious thing. The position.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Back to the tutorial. Right.
Yeah.
A lizard lap in the urban Kama Sutra. What is a lizard lap?
It's a sex position, but Go on. It's when she sits in your lap, and you give her the.
Why is she cool? So where does a lizard?
So she sits round. She got her legs round you. You're sitting upright. She's sitting in front of you.
So it's a.
No.
So it's
a
cowgirl, no?
Cowgirl is when you're laying back. I think cowgirl when you're laying back and then she's riding you. The lizard lap is when you're sitting up and she's sitting on your lap.
And she's wrapped her legs around you like a snake.
Yeah.
So where's the lizard coming from? I don't know.
The lizard, isn't it?
Who invented this?
Jamaican thing.
Typical, man.
It's a Jamaican thing.
Because
everything
in my mind, I'm like, if it's just a G thing, I can get over that. But the fact you've gone out of your way to now give your next man neck, that's outrageous.
Right, so let me ask you a question. Are you getting back with her if she cheated?
No, it's done regardless.
That's what I'm saying.
It's done regardless, but it's like I've been in a situation where it's like I've asked the question, innit?
Yeah.
And then when I've heard I'm like, just like I think it makes it worse. Because just the beat, you can get over that.
Well, in your head, she's now slow monocle.
You can't get over the beat, bro.
No,
like you got a deep. Like my thing is, you got a deep the conversations they've been having. You got a deep the back and forths. There you got a deep the arrangements. Before all of that, it's over from then. It's done. Because if you have a significant other or you're in a relationship and that person starts to make arrangements with someone else to link, bruv, you better relax. You just got to do your thing and that.
Okay, but like, what? So
lizard lap. See it now?
Okay, I mean, that's a nice position. I'm just still trying to work out where the lizard comes into.
I don't know, man. You just ask the yard man that made it up.
I don't need to speak to the yard man about sex, bro. It's their business, bro.
That's the yard man who made it up.
I mean,
bruv, I heard it in the song. And
that's what them Karens on tour do, to speak to the yard man about sex. You know what I mean? But like, it's good to see everyone.
Yeah, how are you doing,
good.
guys?
You know
How you doing, guys?
I'm good. I'm well.
Good.
Yeah.
You got your Gunners top on.
I just wore it, innit?
Yeah.
Say no more. It's
no reason,
representing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I see it. Emirates.
But anyway, Big Money Joe, what's going on?
Joe's been busy.
Yeah.
Joe's been busy.
Joe's making new connections.
Yeah, when he don't reply to me or send me my reels, I know that he ain't involved.
Yeah.
But no, he said to me, bruv, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get back to you. So Joe's been busy for sure. I think we've all been busy, to be fair. I've been busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's life, innit? When you have a family, when you have a job, everything else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? One thing I want to discuss in a later pod down the line is just one, how this podcast started. Two, we had a conversation a little bit in depth, and we touched on it. Pause. When we had Mr. Dirty here. Shout out to Mr. Dirty, by the way, for coming and supporting. Pause. But we spoke about fathers and stuff like that, and you kind of went down a little. You gave off some information that I was like, oh, that's interesting. That's not like Drizzy to kind of, you know what I mean, talk about his personal, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's a good thing, not just for me to know, but our audience to, know that we have some depth.
Oh no, I'm just well trained. My grand always told me, speak when you're spoken to.
Yeah.
Ask me no question, I'll tell you no lie, innit? Like, like if it's a conversation where people are discussing certain things, I'm happy to give my 2 cents, but I'm not just gonna jump out the gate and be the person to initiate the conversation. But it is what it is. Like,
that's an extra layer, because it's like we're friends, but you always feel like you could know more about your friends, and if you knew more about your friends, you would understand them a little bit more. Because I feel like when you have a friendship, you've known someone for a long time, you kind of take that kind of information for granted, because it's like, that's not an everyday conversation you have. It's like, yo, what going, boom, boom, I'm over here, let's go there, let's do that, You get me? But really, what goes on in our lives, or what has gone on in our lives, shapes who we are today. You see what I'm saying? So I just thought it was quite interesting.
Well, yeah, I mean, when we speak, we don't be either speaking about music, we're either speaking about sports, we're either speaking about the pod, how to make the pod better, this, that, and the third. So, we don't really be like, so, obviously we'll check in to see how everyone's doing on their mentals and their health and this, that, and the but, the other stuff, like, I want to shout. It's funny you say that, because I want to shout to my boy, Ricardo, a.k.a. Valentine, because he definitely let me know of, like, things he's doing to get in a better headspace.
What's he doing?
Well, just like he's talking he's gonna speak to the right people and stuff like that, because he's dealing with certain things.
Okay.
And
depression?
No, I won't say he's depressed. Just things that he's observed that he would like to be resolved to help make a better space and environment in which he operates in.
Make it a better space
for you and for me. But I like me, as long as you're being proactive, I will fully support you in any way possible. I will support anyone any way I can. It might not happen.
Anyone or your friends?
I've supported strangers in certain things.
Yeah.
You might, and it's the little things, right? But like, especially my bridges, like Valentine, It's a group and Valentine, you know, Mr. Diamonds, you know, Hearts. Like, there's people that I've met as friends that have essentially over time become like extended family, like brothers and stuff.
Good.
So their kids, I'll call them my nieces, my nephews, this, that, and the third, you know, the Cadians and all, etc. But so if they ask me to support them in something, if I can do it there and then, especially if it's time sensitive, I would do it. Like, I'll drop what I'm doing. If it's not time sensitive, I will eventually get around to doing it, but it will get done. That's a fact. Like, they know that. But yeah, I just like the fact that he's proactive in regards to he's identified what is, you know, an issue.
Yeah, in his life.
And what he wants to do to try and change it moving forward.
Right.
And taking the necessary steps. So yeah, man, just wanted to big him up. Do you know what I mean?
Big him up. Right. How do you tell somebody that they're not talented without dissing them? How do you tell somebody like they can't rap or they can't sing? And it's
just tell them.
Just don't do that anymore.
Just tell them.
What?
I think as a friend, you shouldn't sugarcoat shit. As a friend.
If it's the man, then I'm telling you straight up.
I have to tell you
bro,
straight up.
this is not good.
It's not it.
Yeah?
Either go back and do it again.
Don't quit your job yet.
Yeah, I'm better at, I think you're better at what you've done. Do it again. But I'm not going to go like, yeah, bro, that's fire. Because that's how we got to where we are in regards to hip hop, right? A lot of man in the studio smoking weed with super tight trousers on, blood's not flowing to their nuts. They're just a bare lightheaded, smoky weed, and everything is a hit for them. It's like, nah, bro, that's trash.
Yeah.
I don't want to be associated to trash. Don't do that.
Because I was with Maintain. Shout out to Maintain. He's actually an ex.
We got Maintain each and every time.
Host on the show. Big him up. He's over from Uganda. I linked him up last weekend, and he played me some music, and he played me a record he produced, and then the hook came on, and the vocals was atrocious.
Did you tell him?
No, it wasn't. It was a friend.
Yeah, no, but did you tell him?
Oh, no, he played it to me and said it was trash.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. I didn't have to tell him that. He knew.
No, I just think you just got, I think, look, man, if you're a friend of someone, you have to tell them the truth, bro.
Yeah.
The truth can be good or it can be bad, but you just have to tell them the truth. Because I think I'd much rather you tell me where I'm going wrong than I hear it from a stranger who's going to be even, they don't know me. So the way they're going to tell me is trash might cut man's heart up in pieces.
Yeah.
I'd rather you just say to me, yo, Frex, you're better than that, you know, you need to go back to the writing board. And I'll be like, what do you mean? And it's good to be able to give constructive feedback. Don't just go, it's trash. Use a constructive feedback, like, you know what, I think you're better than that because I know you can hit that note better, or you can write that a bit better, or you're saying too much in that sentence, cut it down, make it more simple, boom, 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 boom. But you have to tell them, bro. If you don't tell them, then what are we doing?
What about in sex? Have you got a partner and you knew, and you're having sex and then it ain't good, but you love them? How do you tell them that the sex is trash without breaking their heart? How do you do that?
Well, Joe's been quiet for a while. Let's skip Joe's opinion. Joe. Big Muddy Joe. He's been too quiet for my liking. You know he's plotting like for Jem somewhere in the show.
How do you do that?
But how do you get to the point of
So you say please.
My mum can't watch this one as well.
No, it's fine.
How do you get to the point of loving someone without chopping first? Or
it might be you're in love with them, you like them, all right, you really like them, or you're in a relationship with them, and there's certain things that they're not doing great, and you're like, we need to spice this up.
Teach them, innit?
Yeah.
Pause.
No, that's real. Show them. Communication.
Like I've purchased a toy here or there in my past.
Right, bananas.
That flower thing, you know.
Yeah.
The rose.
Oh, the rosemary.
Shout out to the rose girls, shout out to Rosaline.
With the Bluetooth control on the phone.
Yeah, see it there.
This guy's
Yeah. I know him.
That Bluetooth one is good. You could be anywhere.
And it's pressing.
As long as they've got it and you hooked up to your phone, you can use the Bluetooth, so you can be there without being there.
Yeah? Yeah. It's just the one.
Listen, when it comes to the bedroom, you like you got there's limits, but most things, you know, you can't. Yeah. Like, come on, we're growing, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. You have to. I think it's important to communicate still.
Yeah, I think so. Because what we doing, I'm going to look. especially if we're married, I'm with you for the rest of my life, and we're having trash, sexy time. We gotta say sex. That's how it leads to people looking elsewhere to get what they're seeking. You gotta tell your partner in some way. I don't know if you throw in a little, shout out to Jason Love, but you throw in a little something in the background, and it's like, whoa, that looks all right, babes. You fancy me putting you in a pretzel?
Bored, innit? Like,
yeah,
sometimes you need a new flavor.
Nah,
I heard that.
Sometimes you need a different.
I heard that men were never supposed to be with one woman, and then we were westernized by the Romans or something like that.
I didn't even think it was that. I think it was like
white people shit.
I feel like all the men were doing their thing, and then Heights was like, I like that one. That one's mine. No, you. That's it. You man, this one is mine. Like he was
making the law.
He was being so.
Man, them had their wives and concubines, but Morgs just wanted everything.
But
like Idi Amin.
But now, realistically, girl, if you were allowed at least 2 girlfriends, standard, do you think? How do you think the world would be if you had at least look? She knows she, and she knows she. How do you think? What do you think the face of the world? It
just gets techie. Do you know what it is? So? You know what it is? Why it gets techie? I like the sound of it.
Hello.
Yeah. But it gets techie because human beings are naturally greedy.
Right.
So it's like I feel like there's always going to be pockets of those type of people in those relationships that want more.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to just be, like, you got your missus, you got the side ching, they both know each other, you lot are having a blast. But down the line, man them want to just, you know what I mean? Like, I want something else. Because if you think about it, the times I've cheated on an ex, right, it was never about the person I was with. It was just I wanted new naan bread.
Okay, so here's the thing, right?
And the new naan bread all shows up in all shapes and forms.
This is
and
right.
It's just...
It could be pashwai naan.
Yeah.
It could just be standard naan.
Yeah.
It could be the garlicky type naan. Naan bread's nice.
Garlic and cheese naan.
Come on.
No, we don't do cheesy naan around here. Hey, that cottage cheese, bruv. You got to wipe it. You got to ask for the rag to wipe it off.
Whoa, that's dark. That's dark. That is dark.
Drizzy knows exactly what I'm talking
That's
about.
dark. Oh my God.
Yeah. My God.
Yeah. All right. Okay. While we're here, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay. All right. You know the Jay-Z bar. I was just effing them girls. I was gonna get right back.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if the naan is presented to you, you're minding your business. Settings, we're in a nightclub, chilling, boom, 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 boom. The naan bread is presented to you, and let's be real. There are some women.
Naan bread presents.
Nani Productions.
Naan bread records.
Distributed by Slipper Side Records. Right, now, look, there are some women, I respect these women. I respect women. Look, society has this thing where they try to make women feel like because they're promiscuous, they use the 4-letter word that begins with an H and ends with an S, plural, or HOE, right? But I respect a woman who knows what she wants. Just because she's identified you as like, you know what, we don't know what her situation is. She might have not had sex for like 6 months.
Yeah.
She sees you in the club and she's like, wow, you know what? If I'm going to break my willy fast, it's with him.
Right.
She steps in and goes, excuse me. Boom, boom, boom. She be like chatting to you calm and all that. It's going mad calm. Because I know you. You're a very approachable don.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it gets to the point where no. Okay, I'll throw it back to myself. It's fine. But then it gets to a point where it's like you're like, oh man, look, we're looking to head out now. Boom, boom, boom. It's nice meeting you. What was your name again? Shelly Ann. Right.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom. Or Brandy. All right. It's cool. Nice to meet you, Brandy. Hope you enjoy the rest of your night. See you later. Brandy then says to you, sorry, it's not you, because I was, says to me, oh, why are you leaving so soon? It's like, oh, well, you know, I'm going to go back, grab a bite to eat, and then I'm just going to go back to the hotel, and then, you know, call it a night. And then Shelly Ann's like, well, shit, I'd love to come back to the hotel with you, and let's play Find the Hidden Dragon.
Right.
Like, these things happen.
Yeah.
Now, if you were to say, shit, come take a ride on Space Mountain, and you lot get back to the hotel, wild 3 hours of just straight Royal Rumble style, table, ladders, and chairs style sex, right?
5 minutes.
But that's it.
5 minutes for me.
That's it. Yeah. We get up to 5 now?
Yeah.
Big up yourself. But that's it. That is it.
Yeah.
Is that, and I'm just playing angel's advocate here, but is that deemed as cheating if you are in a relationship? And it's just that 3 hours of just, I'm just asking a question. Like, let's be real. Because a lot of the time, the guys in this situation seems to get all the flipping.
Oh, right. The flack.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas Shelly Ann just flies on a unicorn and sees the next dawn. Do you see what I'm saying? So, like, what we doing? Are we making everyone accountable, or does it just have to be Donnie?
It is cheating, because at the end of the day, I know myself, I'm in a relationship, and I've gone and done that.
Yeah.
So, cool, she might not have any accountability, whatever, at the end of the day. She might go scratch-free, just doing her thing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, yeah, I had a choice to make.
True.
So, if I said yes, boom, I've said yes, innit?
Yeah.
If I said no, I've been resilient, and I've... So, like,
I think being resilient, especially when you're in a long-time relationship with somebody, is very good in terms of being disciplined. Because I feel like, obviously, in my position, being married, let's not get it twisted. There are temptations out there.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, just because you get married,
you don't die.
You're not married. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not.
Blood still flows.
It doesn't mean you don't get approached. It doesn't mean that you don't get hollered at. It doesn't mean that there's still interaction with people who you're attracted with.
Okay.
It's just that you have to go, okay, cool. And I feel like there's some self-control in them situations. It's just when there's drink and there's music and there's vibes and all of that, it just makes everything a bit peak.
See, I don't have that excuse because I don't drink, so I can't even blame it on the liquor. It's just like my thing just pinged off. She just slipped and fell on it, and then. But question: do you feel? Actually, no. Let me not ask you that. All right, you two. I don't know. Do you find when you're with someone that the bat signal goes up in the air, like the hat in Alabama, and women are more on your case in regards to like, oh yeah, Joe, so what you doing? Like, Joe, I ain't seen you for a while. What's going on? You're like, oh no, I've just been handling business. Plus, I'm kind of in a situation with someone I'm seeing and that. And oh, really? Oh, so what, you can't hang out no more, nah? What's going on? Like, why does that happen?
I'm gonna let you answer.
Why does that happen?
I feel like I think there's two ways to look at it, but it's like, for example, you post like, for example, Drizzy, you say you're on a holiday or whatever. All you do is post a leg, small leg. How many eyes emojis are coming into your DM?
Oh, who's
and
this?
It's like
new legs. Who this?
And it's like, I feel like I'm not even trying to make it shady like a shot, but like it's like some women want the possibility of you, but then they're either not sure or they're like, oh, I'm waiting for the top, the 1% or they like every like they don't know their level. Some of them, so they're like, I like you, but there might be
something else.
There might be something else, and it's like that's social media that's caused that. Like, that's long and short of it, and it's like and especially because this whole being independent on all this, like it's like people like you in your inner self, I think you can believe whatever you want.
Yeah.
But the reality is the reality. At the end of the day, it's like you need to know your level. But like, unfortunately, that's not the case anymore.
That's because women who are not at a certain level get chopped by guys on a certain level, and they think that the guy is their level.
So it's about the levels.
That makes sense, because even like going back to Joe's point, it's like a lot of the time, it's always women who miss their shot, like they missed their window of opportunity, and it's like when they now see that you are like gone.
Yeah,
it's like now they're like, oh shit, Ross, since when did you have this and that?
That will happen to us all. I think it's happened. Happened to me.
I think that's currently happening to me now.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
But it's like
it happens.
But it's like this isn't even like a normal thing. This has been something that's been going on for like the last 5-6 years.
Okay.
Where it's like there's always been a little bit of something between us. Right. But it's like every time I now
divert.
Now that a club's trying to sign me, club's giving me a 10-day contract on an NBA thing.
It happens, bro. You know what it is? I feel like with women, they get this like, it's like they get a signal.
I told you the bat signal. Bro.
Yeah, it's like something. They get something.
Oh, so because I didn't want him, I assumed no one else would want him. But now someone does want him, and they've actually connected. I find him way more attractive now than when I did when he was single.
No, it's not even that. It's not even that they didn't want you. It's that they felt like they could get someone better, and so they kept you shelved. So I feel like we've all been in a situation where you've met somebody, you've both been attracted to each other. Mm-hmm. You just haven't you haven't made it official.
Yeah.
But it's like no one wants to put the stamp on you, or they don't want to put the stamp on you. For example, you might like them and you might want to get with them and you might want to make it, okay, cool, we're checking for each other. They might be on a thing where, and you're just getting mixed signals. Right. And then when you hook up with somebody and you're trying to settle down, all of a sudden now, you're the one that they couldn't have.
You're the one that they want.
What is it the one that got away? The one that got away.
And then also in general conversation, they also ask you like certain things happening in their relationship, so they can kind of gauge an understanding of what you're like as a boyfriend. Like,
yes.
Rather than who you are just on a normal day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like they're letting you play the field, and then they're asking for a scouting report.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, I just feel like that happens. I think that just happens, and the women the one that got away thing is a woman thing.
Right.
100%. Right. I don't look at my exes and go, they got away. I'm just like, I got away. On that note,
shout out to Lee.
On that note,
who got like
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Young Money J.
See that?
Barzing.
Yeah, you see that? Listen, Fast Food Podcast. We're here today.
Sorry.
I think it's.
I shot my shot too early there. Sorry.
I feel like this podcast this time round, this is going to be calm and cash, but we've got something to celebrate today because within the next, let's say, couple of days, we're going to have a bank holiday weekend and it's going to be Carnival. And I'm going to go. So the theme of today is Carnival, happiness, vibes, culture, love, you know what I mean? Movements, dance, black culture. So I feel like we're going to represent fully.
The Fast Food Podcast.
Welcome to the Fast Food Podcast, people. He goes by the name of Drizzy Sakafet Freckles.
And he goes by the name of Morgan Twerk Franklin Heights.
And we are two of your illustrious co-hosts today. Food.
The food. Food is a metaphor for information.
And we are here to give you food for thought, soul food for the mind,
and a feast for the palate.
For those who haven't been here before we kick off the show, we are on all relevant DSPs, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts. These episodes are also available on our YouTube channel, which is Fast Food Podcast TV. Please share, subscribe, hit the notification button. Also, click the notification bell for instant updates when new episodes drop. Shout out to Jojo Montana,
a.k.a. Big Money Joe,
a.k.a. the Thug from the South,
a.k.a. the director of this whole universe thing,
AKA the Dry Fruit Barbarian,
AKA Jojo Kugler,
AKA the best cameraman in the world.
That's a fact.
Shout out to you, sir. Big up Young Jay in the building.
Young Money Joe.
AKA Young, what did we call him last episode? Young Simba.
Simba. Well, you're not calling Young Simba. Whoa.
I think it's Young Simba.
That's
Okay,
crazy.
Young Simba.
Simba becomes king.
Yeah.
I don't know why he thinks that's not a good name for him.
That's yeah, man.
Simba
Yeah.
becomes king of the Pride Lands.
Yeah.
The term Simba has been
What's that?
been spun and used in different ways.
Is it why? Why?
Why?
I don't know.
It's a bit of a pause bar still.
Is it?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay, Young Money Joe then. I'm sticking with that.
That's Young Simba, man.
You want to call it that? I'll call it Young Money Joe. We got Big Money Joe and we got Young Money Joe.
Yeah, all right, cool.
You know what I mean?
Shall we just quickly talk about the live?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Listen, people, we gave you lot early bird tickets for a reason. The event is on the 30th of September. It's taking place at the Cube, 9 Park Drive, E14, 9GG. Shout out to the girl with the bra size. Now, the early bird tickets are flying, right?
Yeah, the early bird
They are
tickets
moving.
the early bird tickets have gone.
What, they finished?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
That's exclusive.
Yeah, early bird tickets are gone. So the next step is just
Get your tickets.
get your tickets.
If you're celebrating your birthday, though, hit us up. Like, we'll try and pattern something up. Like, I don't know, at least big you up or something, just to,
Yeah.
recognize your presence in the building. And,
Recognize.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man, shout out to everyone that got their early bird tickets in. They only went up, what?
A week ago, about a week or two.
Yeah. So they're
gone,
Yeah.
which is excellent. Like I feel like people are getting in early.
Yeah.
Pause. Yeah. So make sure you get down there. 30th of September. We're gonna have more announcements on who we're gonna have as co-hosts and guests. We're also gonna have an after party. So when you come down there, make sure that you have your glad rags on because we're going on through the night.
Yeah.
And we're gonna vibe out.
Yeah.
Today it's one of them pods where I feel like we're just gonna hang out. We always want to give you guys content, and we're really busy in our lives, all of us, including Jojo, Montana, and
Yeah.
Jay. And but we have to. I feel like since we started season 6, we have to be here and we have to give our foodies the content that they need.
Well, technically speaking, what episode is this? 13?
It's episode 13.
So that means we've given you guys more episodes and it's been months.
Yeah,
this year.
which is brilliant.
So we were out here just like, we appreciate you guys. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Please hit us with the ratings on, like, if you listen via Apple Pod, like, leave a rating if you want to write a little one sentence review, like, because that all helps. Because the further we go out with this pod and we become more, accessible and more visual to
And I think
other people.
if you can leave comments on Spotify now, right?
Right. You
Oh
can.
snap! Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if we get, what you saying? If we get by the end of the year, if we get 50 comments, we'll do an episode responding to the comments.
I like that.
So I call him the director of the universe. It's these little things there,
You heard that.
But
so-
yeah, man, people, we appreciate you listening. But if you don't mind just giving us 30 seconds or a minute of your time to leave a little comment or even just rate it, that makes us more visible. We'll move up on the, the little carousel of like pods to listen to. And we'll potentially get introduced to a new set of fans and who knows, we could do more things and
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
Don't forget we're on social media accounts as well. We're
Yeah.
on TikTok, we are on IG,
Yeah.
we are on Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah.
We all have our own individual
Well,
accounts as well.
Go to the Fast Food Podcast.
So go to
Yeah.
the Fast Food Podcast, the links are there. Or if you go to the description boxes in our videos on YouTube,
Yeah.
all our links to our
Everything's
accounts
there, yeah.
are there, man.
Say no more.
How's things, Drizzy?
I'm all right, man. I got called Bob Marley again this week.
What's standard?
Yeah, but I just, like, why? Is that all you know?
Yeah.
As someone that has locks is Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Like, what we doing? But anyway, so that happened. It's been all right, man.
Yeah, well-
it's oh snap.
Yeah, talk
right.
to me.
So last time I was meant to talk about it, I forgot.
What?
But
Was
shout out
it?
to Latif.
Yeah, shout out to Latif.
He was at he was one of the comedians at Kojo's anniversary funhouse.
I missed
He was
that,
like
man.
20 years or something like that.
Was you there?
I was there.
Wicked. I'm glad someone went.
Nah, one of us was there to represent. So
Yeah,
it's fine.
yeah.
It was really good.
Do you see Coach?
Yeah, I linked Coach. He asked for you. I just said, yeah, you was at some white person's comedy thing. He's like, bro, it's like, he's moving, yeah.
Crazy.
But Coach did ask you, and I said to him, look, man, he couldn't make it because obviously, you know, ends and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, cool. At least one of you man is there. I said, yeah, man, we're here. So shout out to him.
yeah,
Shout out to DJ Longers.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Butch Cassidy.
Big up Butch.
Butch will be passing through. I
100%.
gave him the invite. Longers will pass through as well. Gave him the invite.
Brilliant.
They said, you know, give my blessings to the pod and
Yeah,
like
man,
what you
love
guys
that.
are doing.
Love that.
But yeah, shout out to Latif. He was there. There was a few. Slim comedian Slim was there. I forgot to. I was chatting to him. I'm trying to arrange. I'm trying to arrange it another way. I forgot.
I feel like Slim is somebody I need to see.
Yes, Slim was, bruh.
Because I've been hitting him on the DMs and he's been curving me like I'm gal. So it's like,
I hear that.
but when he sees me,
He knows
like
what
that.
time it is. Yeah,
You know,
I think if we message him on all three accounts, he might go raw. Like,
raw.
so shout out to him. He killed it. There was a few of them on stage that killed it. As a shorty from Peckham or Rickson, she killed it. It was good, man. It just reminded me of those times in Corks when Kojo was there, and that was my first exposure to
encounter. Yeah.
Dave Chappelle.
Yes. Was you there at that?
Yes.
At that one that's on the big one, the famous one that was on YouTube.
Right. Yes. And he was like, and it was one of those things where that was the thing to do on a Sunday. You had two things to do on a Sunday. You either went to Sound, or you went to Corks Wine Bar, and Corks used to be packed. Like if you're walking down Oxford Street,
Corks
going
was a
towards
vibe.
Selfridges, you'd be like, "Raw, why is there a whole bunch of black folks around here?" So shout out to Kojo doing his thing, and he definitely it was a great event, man. It was just great. Everyone in there was black and beautiful. There's a couple Caucasian folks that sat at the front.
Yeah.
So obviously they set themselves up.
You know the vibes.
But it was funny, man. But so once again, shout out to Coach for putting on a great event, and shout out to Latif for doing his thing, man. And there was an after party as well, so it was cool.
Oh, wicked, man. Blessings.
Jiggy, body.
We got 50 years of hip hop, man.
Yeah.
I feel like this has been something we've been talking about consistently since the start of the year.
Yeah.
But obviously it's got to a point where now we're having the big
Official
celebrations.
birthday. Yeah.
There was Rock the Bells recently where a lot of artists came out and represented. And I just feel like I just wanted to ask the room when they were first introduced to hip hop and what was the first record that they either heard or bought.
I think I didn't hear it at the time it was made because obviously I wasn't born then. But I think realistically, I want to say it was either Sugar Hill Gang or The Message.
Message.
Dun, dun, dun,
So
dun,
what?
dun, dun.
So what? You had heard it.
Dun,
You
dun,
had heard it for a parent.
It was either my parents or it was just one of those ones where it was like outside and you hear it.
Right.
You don't know what it is because that's your first introduction to hip hop.
Right.
But I just remember because you see with Sugar Hill Gang and The Message, because The Message has a very unique beat to it. Like it sounds very Space Odyssey type. Dun, 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 dun. Like it's got a very, and then obviously Sugar Hill Gang's got such a it's such an easy to absorb rap.
Yeah.
The hip hop, the hippie to the hip
a
hop, and
vibe,
you don't
innit?
like just straight, it's just ingrained in your head. Like
Yeah.
first time, so yeah. But then I think when I really started paying attention to it was probably the I wouldn't say Illmatic. I want to say more like Biggie, and then I probably went back to Illmatic.
Right. Was these the first records you had purchased or
I think Biggie was probably the first one that I paid attention to. Probably, I think the first one I bought was
Ready
either
to
Ready
Die.
to Die or Reasonable Doubt. One of them two.
you bought? It was your first
First, like
Vinyl?
With My Money CD.
CD.
No, or was it on tape? It might have been on tape, you
Might
know.
be on tape,
It
yeah.
might have been on tape. But yeah, that was my introduction. And again, it was just a learning game. And I went back because obviously I started to, obviously Nas, in regards to like the heavy hitters, Nas
Yeah.
was probably the first at the gate.
Yeah.
And then you probably had that Wu-Tang, and then your Wu-Tang and Biggie around that time. But yeah, that was it for me still. And here we are.
Jojo Montana.
I'm trying to think. I wouldn't say consciously, but I know like my pops used to play like Grandmaster Flash. But when I say consciously, me remembering, the earliest thing I remember him playing, I want to say NWA.
Oh shit! Yeah. That's real.
But the first, I think I told you before, the first record I ever bought was, until this day, I still think is probably, if not definitely top 3
record.
And when it came out,
Yeah.
Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah. That's crazy. There's a lot of Joe's generation.
That's the intro.
That's their intro, which is it's not something to be slept on. Because if you think about that album, Get Rich or Die Trying, and the impact that album had at that time, that was when I don't particularly feel like there's that feeling anymore when a new artist drops an album. Like you've got pockets of what would you call it? Of pockets of energy when a new act of this generation comes out. But there's no like, ooh, I wanna go rush to the store, rush to my phone. It's just not like that. It's
who was the last artist that you reckon was like that? You reckon it was
Fifth?
I think recent times, I think Migos, personally.
Yeah?
So what?
I think Migos.
So what? So my man that walks around in the socks, he's not up there.
Who?
Nah, he is. But I'm thinking,
walks
see,
around
why I
in
said
the
Migos, because that's like recent.
Okay.
He for sure. Like, you know, regardless of what you think about him personally,
Who's the guy that walks around in the socks?
come on, man. You know your boy
In it barefoot.
to the Louis Vuitton Don.
Oh right,
Yeah.
Just that prick.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, but Ye ain't Ye before Get Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's before.
He is, yeah.
It's College Dropout. College Dropout is before Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yes.
I think it is. The year
Really?
before.
Okay.
Get Rich is 05 though.
That's 03, I
Is
see.
it? Oh, then yeah.
Actually, no, it may be.
If Get Rich is 03, that's first. Because College Dropout was 04.
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
Was Get Rich, maybe it's later.
Just double
then.
check that.
So then that means Ye was putting out an album almost like every 12 months.
Yeah,
then.
he put out.
Because the Massacre was what, 06?
Yeah, Get Rich was 03.
Yeah.
Because I remember Get Rich was 03, College Dropout 04, then they both back to back 05 or 06.
Yeah, when
And then they
had
had
that little-
Yeah.
And then it was Graduation versus Curtis.
Shit,
But
that's so-
no, not Curtis. Yeah, was it Curtis? Yeah, he was never going to win that battle though.
So then back to the thing is 50 Cent, Ye. Yeah. Probably people put this Kid Cudi in this situation. I don't know about Kid
I don't know, because I'm trying to think.
Cudi. Kid Cudi.
Okay.
If I go by years, like if you say
Don't do that.
50, 03, Ye,
Yeah.
04, 05, who came out 05?
When did T.I. come out?
I was gonna say T.I., but I don't know if I don't.
I think we got to talk about Jeezy. Okay, Jeezy had a run.
Jeezy
where
had a
he
wave,
had
yeah.
shit locked down.
Yeah,
but then
I
Rick
feel-
Ross
but
as
we
well.
got to remember what Heights is saying.
Yeah.
Like
that impact, that feeling of oh my god.
But I think Jeezy, because Jeezy had a whole movement of like, you can't ban the snowman. He had the t-shirts. He had the snowman t-shirts looking mad.
Cool. But
Yeah.
are we talking in his jurisdiction, or are we talking about internationally? There's two differences there.
Okay, all right. Internationally, it's probably 50 Ye. And then after that, I'm tempted to say Rick Ross.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to say Rick Ross.
Rose had a
Wayne.
Rose.
Wayne before Rose, no.
Yeah. Yeah, because Wayne's been around for time.
But Wayne,
As a solo artist, he picked up when did the first Carter come out?
I'm not talking about juvenile Wayne.
No. You're talking about Wheezy F.
Wheezy F baby.
Please say the baby.
I'm talking about Shorty wanna thug.
I feel like when Wayne came out, it was
a wave.
scorching.
Yeah, it was.
He was, because at one point he was screaming, "I'm the best rapper alive." Wayne was scorching.
So do you think that the feeling of that is generational? That like every generation goes through that feeling, or is it because that music had so much impact in terms of the size of the artists that it was that time only? Like if I think back to when
Carter was 04.
Yeah, but it was Carter 2 that was more...
Carter 3.
Carter 3.
Carter
3 is what you're talking about, Lollipop.
Yeah, it was
but
the one.
Carter 2, in some people's eyes, is his best Carter.
Yeah.
And that's the one where people was like, hold on a minute, this Wayne guy, because the South's got something to say. Carter 2 dropped. I was like, whoa. And then 3.
Carter 2 was 05. Yeah. So then Wayne had his... Bro, and this is why I keep mentioning international, because that includes us. Like I can't speak to what was going on in the United States when certain artists came out. I know, obviously.
What about Eminem?
I'm just talking M, but M's before 50. M's already
like
out.
99.
M's already out.
So what about Luda? When was Luda?
Luda
and Nelly.
Yeah.
Nelly.
I think we just have to say the South, the next big that you talk about of after 50
But
was the South
when
collectively.
was Low Soul's Way? Because Fab, when he was doing like he's the first rapper I remember like girls
were onto him.
Yeah.
Onto him.
Yeah. That's his bag.
Yeah. Fabs when Breathe come out.
Yeah.
Breathe.
But I don't think Fab, no one posts the Nas, the Hoes, the Biggies.
Actually,
of
wait,
New York.
no. I think the last artist that had the closest thing to back then might be Pop.
Might be Pop. Yeah, Pop Smoke. Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Because I'm trying to...
And but he's obviously, because of what happened to him, it cut short.
Yeah,
because that's because when you think about it, yeah, most of the older generation of hip hop purists, if you want to call us that, we don't catch the wave of what the youngers are on until late. So if an artist breaks through, usually, obviously, it goes street level, then one of the records pops, and then you might avoid it for a bit because you just think, that's the young people's sound, and then it cuts through, and then everybody listens.
Yeah,
to this artist.
my bro Chris, he put me on Pop Smoke because he's out there in New York, and I remember we was driving to go get some food, and he goes, "Yo, that's where Pop Smoke shot the video for Welcome to the Party," and I was like, "Who?" He goes, "You don't know Pop Smoke?" I was like, "Nah," and he played it. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
And that was it. I was a Pop fan from then. And seen where he shot that video, and then I went to watch the video, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's the same day." Yeah. You're right. And damn, man, I didn't like talking about Pop like that, you know.
It's a
such
wave,
a damn shame.
It's
but you're right. Pop was probably the most recent one that was going to have that splash.
Because his Little Baby...
I think he peaked in that 2020 album, yeah. He peaked.
Yeah.
Because that album was like, there's no skips.
No.
That's what I'm saying. So now you said...
But Lil Baby was still a slow burner, though.
Yeah.
He was still...
Yeah, no, he was
Because he'd been about...
Yeah.
For a minute before...
But I feel like when we talk about Little Baby, I feel like now we're talking about streaming era, fast.
I think I'm sticking with Amigos, man. I'm sticking with Amigos as the last one that had the big splash, and they had a run.
But even there was a slow burner as well. I feel like
Amigos had a slow burner.
Yeah, but I think when
actually, to be fair,
it might be Thug, you know.
The Versace tune with Drake kind of.
I think that was the international.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah,
and then they never
Fight Night
tune, and they just kept knocking it out the park. And then when they dropped Culture, and it had that. Listen, once Bad and Bougie dropped,
from my son, he was Amigos from he was born. He's like Migos, my 8-year-old.
Yeah,
he was just born, and then Migos dropped, and then he just knew the songs and
that's what's up.
The melody.
That's great parenting, right?
Yeah. That's the vibe. My first record I bought was Craig Mack, Flavor in Your Ear, which tells you my age. And my dad used to play KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane, and he always used to like Jodeci, but he brought the remix with Redman and I think it's Red and Meth. one of the remixes. I think it's Fiendin'.
Right.
Fiendin' had a remix with Eric Sermon or Def Squad or whatever it was on there. And I used to be like, raw, what's this? What is this? Remember that tune? It takes two to make a thing go right. That's Dad used to play that. Sunday afternoons.
Yeah.
Dad used to.
That's a certified bulletproof hip hop starter. Like you could, if your party's lolling and you put that on, it brings the energy back up. And funny you mentioned on the hip hop thing. There's a thing on Netflix I started watching called, is it Ladies First or something like that?
Yeah, what's
it's
that?
about ladies and their contribution to hip hop.
Okay.
Very interesting stuff in it. Like I didn't know. I knew MC Light and her contribution to get. I didn't know MC Light was the first female to drop a full album.
Right.
Then Roxanne
I
Shante.
didn't know that.
I always think Roxanne Shante was the first female rapper, but there was someone before her who was the first female rapper. But Roxanne Shante is renowned for being like the go-to girl for like barsing down guys and like battles and like ciphers and stuff. And she was doing it at the age of like 14 or something. And she was battling grown-ass men. And I'm sitting there like, how did this little girl... Because Roxanne Shante, I don't think she ever brought out an album or anything. She was just known for barsing. Like, put 20 pounds on this girl, she's going to bars the fuck out of this guy. And that's the thing. But again, she had a short career because her whole thing was just barsing. Yeah. She never really put out an album and that. And so that's the thing. But it's a good little insight into the female, because we know what the man them have done. But the first... Sugar Hill Gang the idea of Sugar Hill Gang came from a woman.
Okay.
So realistically, it's thanks to a woman that this thing hip hop ever, do you know what I mean?
Well, the record itself is, because this is something I haven't researched and I maybe should know, but the record itself, the beat is already a beat that was used before.
It was, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what's the song called? Nighttime.
It's not Sister Sledge, is it?
One of them,
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a woman who got them together, and she had the idea of, I'm gonna put these black guys in the video and just have a bunch of white chicks in the video, just to make it more appealing to the masses.
Of course.
So like, shout out to the women, them like, but you should check it out, like that thing on Netflix, man.
The Fast Food Podcast.
Bruv, I weren't gonna bring it up, but I have to because I feel like this is a conversation that me and you need to have based on this topic in a way, and it's the conversation about when J. Cole went on stage and said that Get Rich or Die Trying is a better album than Thriller, Michael Jackson Thriller. Now, when you brought it to me, Joe, when you brought the information to me, I understood what I got from it is, Morgs, this is a topic that maybe we want to, dive into, blah, blah, blah. And I get it because we pod and sometimes we talk about stuff on this pod that we really don't want to talk about, but it's current and we need to talk about it. Mm-hmm. When you sent it to me, I was like, why? Are we even... Why is this even a thing? Why does the internet just provide stuff, or J. Cole in this instant, provide things for us to actually go to think about it and go, what are we doing, bruv? Why is man just saying stuff?
All right, so to add context, 50 Cent is currently on the final lap tour, for Get Rich or Die Trying. And he brought J. Cole out in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And
he's off the Henny or something, man.
J. Cole came out and said that Get Rich or Die Trying is the best album, period.
Greatest
of all time. And then second is Thriller. Now, we've all been caught up we all are victims of the moment.
Yeah.
And we'll say stuff there and then. But, like, that's a very...
I like how you said that, because I don't know. I don't know if I've been victims of the moment. You have to give me an example of how we can be.
Being a victim of the moment is like saying, for example, all right, when Migos were on their Bullet Train run,
Yeah.
Some people would just say, "Oh, they're the greatest group of all time."
Okay.
That's being a victim of the moment.
Yeah.
They're current and they are.
I never said that.
No, but they're online discussions would say that, and it's understandable you would say that, but you're being a victim of the moment because you're saying it now because that's all you're seeing. And Migos are just dropping hits after hits after hits after hits.
Yeah.
They weren't missing.
So you're giving J. Cole that grace that he lived in that moment when he was on stage, and that he just got caught up and 50 Cent was there.
No, fuck that. I think he genuinely thinks that way. But I don't understand.
Is he not allowed to?
No, he can, but I just think it's a very...
Reported, didn't it?
I think this is a very outlandish statement to make. Like, to just walk out and go, yeah, get rich or die trying.
Drizzy, how do you approach it without becoming a victim of the past?
I think being a victim, okay, without being a victim of the moment, you've got to give me the reasons why you think Get Rich or Die Trying is a better album than Thriller. Like, Get Rich or Die Trying is definitely a moment in time in the history books for hip hop.
Oh yeah.
But, and it's done a lot of things, and you could arguably say there's a argument to be made that was 50 Cent's Achilles heel because he's never put out an album even close to Get Rich or Die Trying. That was like his peak, and everything else just kind of filled in the gaps. But he's never had a blueprint with a Black Album, with a Reasonable Doubt, with a American Gangster, with a 444. He doesn't have that Graduation, with a College Dropout, with a Late Registration, with a this Dark Twisted Fantasy. Yeah. He doesn't have that. He's got Get Rich or Die Trying, super dope, sold all the records, but then after that, it was kind of like a hit or miss with him, right? Whereas with Thriller, you could go as far as to say it's like Thriller was an album that kind of changed the world. If we're being honest.
Okay, but then at the same time, so
Joe's body.
It's not even an issue, but it's like, for example, Heights. Is Thriller one of the first albums you introduce your son to?
Thriller's not an album that I'm gonna just go, son, I'm gonna play this for you. But Thriller has songs that my son has come to me and said, this tune is heavy, and I've gone, that's Michael Jackson. Because he's been on, I don't know, YouTube, or he's been on one of his platforms where he listens to music, and that song's come up. So, for example, my son, before I told him that was Michael Jackson, he used to sing, "Hey, pretty lady with the high heels on," right? And he didn't know that was Michael Jackson. He just heard it. It was a vibe, rare, which shows you how the magnitude of what he brought to the table musically. You don't have to even know who it is. If you just, musically, his DNA is in the system. His DNA, Michael Jackson's music is not even something that you can remove now. It's fully embedded. So, back to what J. Cole did. I understand he was living in a moment, and cool, even if I was around 50 Cent gassed, I'm gonna gas 50 because I'm on stage with him. I'm respecting what he's doing. He's obviously a staple in the culture for what he's brought musically. But we can't even talk Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson and 50 Cent. Imagine if Michael Jackson was around at his height and 50 Cent was around at his height. Michael Jackson probably wouldn't even talk to 50 Cent.
You think so?
Mike Tyson tells stories regularly online of how he met Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson just dissed him. And we're talking about Mike Tyson in the prime of licking down niggas.
Whoa. He wasn't doing that. He was not doing that.
But then,
So what I'm saying to you,
But then don't you hear the stories also of when Michael Jackson, just before he passed, how he was like around a lot of the artists that are around now, and how he was working with them on.
Oh yeah. Of course, no. What I'm saying to you is, musically, Michael Jackson has He's worked with Teddy Riley. He's worked with a lot of
Jay-Z.
He's worked with a lot of artists.
A lot of artists.
But who he is in stature, who he is as a entity, this 50 Cent.
That's untouchable.
That's untouchable.
It's untouchable.
Right. So when J. Cole's gone on stage and gone, cool, Get Rich is the greatest of all time over Michael Jackson's Thriller, there ain't 50 Cent or any. The musical instrumentation in Get Rich or Try and wouldn't even be around if it weren't for Michael Jackson's music. Michael Jackson's is DNA.
No, hell yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like when you're bringing a conversation to me, in my head, it might be different for someone else or someone younger or whoever. In my head, I'm like, why do we do this? Why can't we just separate the artist, big him up, 50 Cent, big. Why we gotta go and compare straight away, and then you put you just put MJ in there? Like, what are we doing, blood?
I don't know. I feel like it's almost natural to compare. Like, I feel like it's hard not to compare just in life.
I agree with certain things. There's comparisons, but when we're talking about Michael Jackson and 50 Cent, I don't even, outside of their both end, but their surnames is Jackson.
Yeah,
we ain't doing it. I'm having this conversation just because we're just having a conversation.
All right, okay. Now I get why. Okay, hip hop wise, if he said, okay, here's what it could have been his Get Out card. For me, Get Rich or Die Trying is hip hop's Thriller. You might have had a Get Out card with that because sales-wise, that's one of the few albums that's gone diamond, right? Yeah. That, Outkast, Nelly, I think M's probably done it, right?
Yeah.
But then you're talking about an album that went diamond in Argentina. It went 17 times platinum in Australia. It went 8 times platinum in Austria. It went 3 times diamond in Canada. Shout out to my Canadians. It went 6 times platinum in Denmark, 3 times platinum. This was pre and post Denmark. It went platinum in Finland, diamond in France. So it's gone diamond in 3 different countries so far. It went platinum in Hong Kong. They were watching Kung Fu flicks with Michael Jackson in the background. 3 times platinum in Germany. In Israel, it went 2 times platinum. It went platinum in Italy. They're making pizza while listening to The Girl Is Mine. It went gold in Japan. It went diamond apparently in Mexico.
Wow.
While I was whipping up the work, there was this to Michael Jackson. You want to be starting something? Whip it real fast. Whip it real fast. Shout out to Young Money Joe because that's his people. Them,
of course.
The South Americans and that. It went 8 times platinum in Netherlands, 12 times platinum in Norway. Sorry, in New Zealand, 3 times platinum in South Africa. Before Burner and them man was outside, the thing went 3 times platinum. 4 times platinum in Sweden.
This is what I'm trying to. So this is why it's like. I had this conversation at Glastonbury back in the day with my brethren who I was performing with, and they had blasphemy coming out of their mouth about Michael Jackson because he died that year, right?
Just for context, complexion,
light skin, white.
Okay, cool. No, that's all I need to know.
White Donny.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But we were having a conversation, and he mentioned he almost was flippant in a way of what impact did Michael Jackson have. And I was like, broski, you're a drummer, yeah? Yeah, cool. You play the piano, yeah? Yeah. That's Michael Jackson. Your chords, the sounds that you use in your ting, if it ain't for Quincy Jones and Michael Jackson, you don't even make those sounds, brother. There ain't even no drum and bass. There is none of that, what you're trying to do, because of the DNA of what Michael Jackson did. It's too, he's the guy. Like, he's the guy. So, cool. J. Cole, who I respect.
Yeah, and he's entitled to that opinion.
I don't think he is.
No, he is. It's his opinion.
Yeah, it's shit opinion.
You can say that, but it's his opinion.
No.
So he's entitled to that.
It's a terrible
opinion.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
but
it's terrible.
It's just like it's just wild to be like, like, come on, man. This is an album that's flipping. What? This album went 34 times platinum in America.
But I'm glad you brought that up in terms of his record sales. But I don't even need the record sales to even.
No. Yeah, but I'm just saying. I only brought the record sales just to show the impact that a
a
9-track album had.
Wanna be starting something. Baby Be Mine. The Girl Is Mine. Thriller. Let's not talk. Beat It. Pause. Billie Jean. Let's not talk.
What?
Human Nature.
What's the mental state of Billie Jean right now? like, where is Billie Jean? Billie Jean needs to come outside and we need to know. You know what I mean?
Human Nature.
No. How many times has that song been sampled?
PYT.
I wanna love you.
The lady in my life. All them tunes, bro. Back to back. You don't do nothing except for put it on and wash the dishes.
Do what you gotta do.
Cold.
Plus, it's an album you can play anywhere, anytime. With Get Rich or Die Trying, you have to be certain settings.
Yeah, exactly.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's not taking anything away from 50 because 50 didn't make an album where he wants it to be played while you're washing your dishes or making love to your gal. It's like, well, hold on. What would you... 21 Questions can run.
21 Questions can run.
Yeah. But like, do you know what I mean? So I don't know. But it's an interesting take because then there was a whole little Boosie with R. Kelly would wash Michael Jackson in the verses.
What's I'm saying?
Oh, we'll get into that another time.
Yeah. I just feel like niggas just making content for no reason. Like, it's like trying to make content for nothing, bruv. Like, shut up, man. All right. What we got?
All right, so I'm just hitting you with bombs you're gonna hear at Carnival, yeah, because we're about to we're getting into that next. Yeah. All right then, so I'm just hitting you with bombs, just tunes you're gonna hear at Carnival, like big facts.
Fast Food Podcast, intermission period.
You are now listening to the Fast Food Podcast.
Hey, if you're in a party and they're not playing Bungie Garland Hard Fet, tell the DJ
fix up and look sharp
or quit. One of them, but you're definitely gonna hear that pumping at Carnival, yeah.
You don't know.
That's one of 4, potentially 5 I got for you. But let's rock and roll, man. But
Carnival. Notting Hill Carnival, 2023.
Here we go again,
August
baby.
the 27th and August the 28th.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking forward to this shit.
Yeah.
I like. Since we've come out of lockdown, I've been going Carnival every year because I just felt like sometimes you need a wake-up call and to be stifled to understand what air feels like. And I've been going to Carnival since I was about 17, 18.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
Yeah.
It was just, obviously it's just fundamental. And I feel like our generation, we're just party generation anyway. Like, we was out every day.
Yeah.
If there was something going on, we was there. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Student nights and whatever was going on. You know what I mean? Random Thursday night somewhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if Carnival's on, don't give me an excuse.
Just to go somewhere for free. And
and I used to live in Wembley, right on the edge of it. So it was like, there was no excuses, you get me? Like,
yeah.
Man used to just be like, all right, cool, let's go. Some of my cousins used to come down from Birmingham.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yep.
Link up, get dressed, roll out from mine, and we just hit Carnival, man. So yeah, let's talk about it. You looking forward to it?
Yeah, man. I think well, first of all, I want to give a big up to the founders, man. I want to big up Claudia Jones, Ron Laslett, and Duke Vine, like the events, right? They initially started, because what I found out recently is that there was initially 2, that there was one in January.
Really?
And it started in 1966, which our friends on the other side know it for the year they won the World Cup.
Oh, yeah.
But like that happened as well. And it was off the back of a lot of things, from like racial tension to, you know, stuff like that. So it was all created in that. But yeah, man, it's still the biggest street event in Europe. They normally estimate 1.5 to 2 million people there.
Yep.
40,000 volunteers, 9,000 of the popo.
And 2 million gal.
That'd be nice. Or even at 1.8.
1.8.
1.8 would be nice. But yeah, Carnival's just Like what? Like So my question to you is, what does carnival mean to you? And to obviously this to everybody. But
I'm not gonna tell you the bait shit and go. It means
no. I want an honest answer. I want no PC answer.
Yes.
I want an honest answer.
I'm saying carnival. What carnival meant to me was an opportunity to just get together with my friends and party, and just especially when I was younger, where I didn't have much responsibility except for paying my phone bill and my rent
and looking fly.
It was just an excuse, and I used to look forward to it because sometimes you didn't get to link one of your brethrens, or in even up to this day, there's only a few of my brethren I actually even call to go carnival. Yeah. There's people that I don't even speak to. Like, I'm not calling. I know they're not coming. I know they're not linking me. Yeah. But then there's a specific demographic of heads that I know where
outside.
Yeah, and if they go, I'm not going. I'm shocked.
Yeah, and then I'm like,
what's going on?
We need to have a proper conversation about this.
So it just kind of just means to me, it's a get together, man. It's just like a celebration of life, a get together. Again, being a gallus back in the day, that was just don't give man them an opportunity to go draw, because it was like
I hear like Disney and Pixar.
Because it was just like when you were young as well, you used to just be in awe of how many gal used to run through, like, pause. Not even that run through, like.
Is that a pause?
No, so I mean, like, gal you would actually
and interact with.
Yes.
Sorry, I got you.
And you'd like. Do you know what it is with the women that when you go carnival, they're on the same, most of them are on the same vibe as you. So as long as there was a camaraderie and an attraction, it might not even be, it might be for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But that was 5 minutes, you and that girl.
You're mine, I'm yours for 5 minutes.
You and that girl had a little and then you get me and you go, bye, you go, yeah. Where you on now? Where you go? I gotta go over there, my friend's over there. All right, cool. You get me? And then you kind of hope that you might stumble across on a way back through Labrador Grove or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But
that was a risky game, but it was worth it if it pull it off. I'll chat to you later. Walk away like you got a load of things on lock. And that was like your best opportunity you had all day when you're trying to look cool. 007 and that, and then you meet up later again, and it's just like, look at the universe just smiling down on me, boy.
But you know what it is, well, as soon as I became, the wickedest thing is, when I became a sound boy, Carnival changed again, because when I became a sound boy and an MC, I became a part of it. So I would go and perform, and I would go be at certain spots, and I'd meet my friends, or my friends would meet me at a certain location, and we'd go and vibe out. And then it's different. It's like, now I'm a bit older, I'm a bit more sophisticated, and also I'm a sound man. So it's like, the girls always sound.
Give them a little big up on the microphone.
Yeah, bro. It's like, do you see what I'm saying? It's the vibe. Yeah. So I feel like it's the culture, man. It means a lot to me. It does mean a lot to me still. How about you? How do you feel about it? Because obviously, I feel like because you're Dominican, and I feel like, okay, Jamaica does have carnival, but because our sound is different, I believe we look at carnival different.
Okay.
So I'm more interested in how you know what I mean? Because I feel like it's you, innit? Like, carnival. If I think carnival, I think Drizzy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, your name is Saka Fat Freckles, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. I look, after my birthday, this is my favorite time of the year.
Right.
Which just coincides with summer and that.
Makes sense.
Now, again, a lot of the things you said, bro, it's just the vibes. It's just the fact that people are literally making their plans around that weekend.
Yeah.
From their outfits to where they're going to party,
Facts.
to who they're hanging out with. And you could tell a lot about who your friends are. Carnival weekend. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, your friends will hit you up and say, what's the motive for Carnival weekend? They don't hit you up. you got to second guess like what level the friendship's at.
Yeah, where we at?
Yeah. I always looked at Carnival like, especially when I came back over here, like, but it's almost like a real time Facebook because there's people you probably haven't chatted to for years.
Yeah.
And there's a likely chance you're probably going to buck them at Carnival
100%.
without even expecting or looking for them.
Yeah.
And that makes it even better that you've seen someone from school days.
Ah, mate.
You reconnect.
Yeah, I love that.
And I think Carnival, you're always making at least one new friend or you're reconnecting with a past friend who everyone's lives are different now, but you know, your paths kind of just went the separate ways. Not out of no beef or drama, nothing like that, but it's like they might have moved away or they might have relocated or whatever. And then Carnival is that common ground. You just reconnect. You know, the music, like, there just seems like just a freeness. You know, the smelling of the food being made.
Oh, mate.
Like, obviously, I'm not a hypocrite. Just seeing girls on girls, it's just great to see.
Man. Of all different diasporas.
Of all different, the united colours of Benetton. The scene, bruv, there's nothing, I don't care who's listening right now, there's no better sight than seeing two girls having a good time.
What, with each other?
Oh, hallelujah. And it was on the 7th day. Bro, like, it's just, like, it warms my heart because they're there to have a good time.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the misconception is that to go Carnival, you have to be with your significant other or you have to let, you have to whine on a gal or a gal so whine on you. Bro, some of these girls be out here with their girlfriends, group of them, and they be whining on each other. And I'm just like, bruh, life is sweet, you know.
Life is, and that's the thing. The culture of Carnival when you've gone down there and you're entertaining and you're having a good time. It's not really about. It's not. I believe it's not about your significant other. Of course, if she wants to come along,
yeah, of course, no, yeah.
You want to get involved?
Don't get misconstrued.
Yeah.
What I say, I'm not saying
But,
they're not allowed.
yeah.
I'm just saying it's not. You know, for me, I think what adds to it is if you lot go with your separate crews, and at some point at Carnival you all buck together.
Yeah.
The way you're gonna embrace her, especially if she doesn't see you coming, but her friends see you, and you kind of talk like shh, and just creep up behind her just to test how she gonna react when someone creeps up behind her, and then she looks back like, what the? And then she realizes you, and she backs it up like a dumper truck.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool. I like that, but. Yeah, you know, if you want to go with your partner, it's cool.
Yeah, and if you want to whine on other gal that in relationships, whine on them, man. Like, it's cool, man. Like, no one's gonna know, man.
It's culture.
Yeah, man. And
if you didn't get out calls,
you
it's
get
culture.
away. You know, you get away with it as well because no one's phone's working there, man. I mean, you could do the recording thing, but you know what I mean.
Well, funny you say that. Before we get into that, let me ask Young Money Joe first because obviously I bucked Big Money Joe last year. Yeah. So we'll get to him last. But Young Money Joe, what does Carnival mean to you?
A whole bunch of blacks coming together to listen to aggressive music, grab up on girl, and cause ruckus in the streets.
Big Money Joe?
Yeah.
I don't like where that was going.
I mean, I don't know. I guess it's like every year it's changed like, as I've gotten older.
Yeah, it has, yeah.
I remember, like, obviously, Southman,
of course.
Bare housing estates.
Oh,
bare housing estates. Linking up at Elephant Castle.
Hey, come on.
Yeah.
Hey, bro. You pull up and the feds just line you up.
Yeah.
After that, I was like, yeah, you know, from then, man just rolling with a couple men. Never again. Never did that again.
Yeah.
And then the coach is nice and that, but you know, I mean, I remember you just used to compete. You get like 30 numbers. You're never gonna call the girls or text the girl ever again.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then you should be then It's just about catching the most wines.
Yeah.
And then, I think that was the first time I discovered the flavors outside of London. Because like they come out and then they be like, where you from?
The flavors outside of London.
Yeah, they be like, I'm from Derby. I'm like, huh?
Where's that?
Bundas like this out here, bro.
Bundas out that. Bunda like that in Derby, bruv.
Yeah, so
that's crazy. Wait, you know what man said? You know when the man says like catch the most wines? Yeah. That's crazy, when you was, remember, have you actually got lost because you caught a wine and the man them's dipped out? How many times has that happened?
Which we'll get into because I'm going to give you the do's and don'ts of Carnival, but many a time.
But I think these days, more time it's just finding your spot, posting up and just catching the vibe. Like the walking around thing is cool if you want to, but hold a corner.
Facts.
Yeah, man.
That's more thing.
That's my thing.
Yeah, that's you.
Because do you know what it is with me? Do you know what it is again? Because I've been to Carnival for so long, I've done it all. So it's like at this big age, walking up and down Carnival ain't for me. I'm not looking for something. I want to basically maximize my time at this place, and go home.
Yeah.
So finding a spot, locking it down, bringing my Ray and nephew, vibing out to music, seeing a couple of my friends is enough for me. Because I feel like when you're younger, you feel like you're missing out if you don't go Rampage, or you're missing out if you don't go. You know what I mean? Like it's just where when you get older, you kind of you've studied it long enough to know that you're not missing out on nothing. Yeah. It's about living in the moment and not trying to catch a moment instead. Do you see what I'm saying? When you're young, that's the mentality that you have.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's all about patterning up as well. Like you can do most things on your route and then finding your spot to just chill. Yeah. Like because where Rampage is situated, depending on what side of west you're going into, if you're coming from that, is it Lavocks Grove?
Harrow Road.
Nah, is it Bayswater? I think Bayswater is the station I normally do.
Oh, over there.
And just walk through.
South. Yeah.
You can then get a bit of Rampage while going to what you need to get to, and then pull up. Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it? When you come from different ends, your approach to Carnival is different.
Yeah, man, definitely. And I just think that, in general, I think that we need to definitely pay attention to it and keep our eye on the ball because it could go left in regards to it could become that used to be our thing, we definitely need to pay attention to it because they will do everything within their powers to take ownership of it. And I think it's important that we preserve the essentials of Carnival. We just have to make sure that the fundamental are just there every year without fail. Regardless of how they try to mold it and fold it and shape it, the fundamentals of why Carnival has to stay. We got to preserve that because they will flip it. Next thing you know, they'll try to make it a London Glastonbury that happens every year for 2 days. You know what I'm saying? So we got to preserve it, man. And that we have to take accountability for that by easing up on all the fuckery that we do. If you got drama with someone, I beg you, just for 2 days, just put it on the back burner. If you see them, you can't talk it out, keep it moving and deal with it some other time. Don't mess it up for everybody else because they'll point at little things like that. Well, you lot can't have nothing because when you do, you get together, this happens, or you destroy this, or you destroy that, or casualties or fatalities.
But this is, leading on from that, this is the reason why I don't walk around Carnival.
I respect that.
Because when I was younger and I walked around, I always found myself walking into something or walking around something that's happening. Yeah. And I'm not saying being in one place, there can't be a straight, but it's more likely that there's less likely that shit will happen when you're functioning and you're just plotting. Maybe I'm even talking from a place of privilege because when I go Carnival now, in the last, maybe I'd say last 10 years, my brethren's part of a sound system. Right. So I don't have to stand in the crowd anymore. I can stand behind the decks. I can even grab the mic every so often in this vibe. But I'm in a safe, controlled environment. So I always, do you see what I'm saying? So it's not like whatever's going on over there goes on over there, and do you know what I mean? I hope everyone's safe. Do you know what I mean? I hope that they're okay, but I need to get home. I need to have a good time and get home. So yeah.
All right, let's run through these do's and don'ts.
Let's talk about it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the do's and don'ts of Carnival.
Let's go.
Let's do the don'ts first. All right, look, you can eat fast food any time of the year. You see that Sunday, Monday, it's straight. You just got to eat. You just got to eat the food that's been cooked there, man.
100%.
You just got to take. That's part of the experience of Carnival. You got to eat the food that's been prepped there.
Yeah.
Just a shout out to all the street vendors that be making a nice food. Go and eat the food that's been made there. You never know. You might come across something you never had before, and it becomes your new favorite thing. All right, man, them and the women that pose as man, them. Don't harass anyone for a wine.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't be desperate.
You know if someone's willing to give you a wine. Test the waters first. Maybe try to lock eyes with them. Give them a little like head nod or like a little point to the bumper or something, and see how they respond to that. But if they say no, just keep it moving. Don't harass them. Or don't say.
That's just. It's funny how we've got to give that advice.
I know,
but because
we have to.
But yeah,
you can't just assume that people just use common sense, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now, this probably doesn't apply to you, but it does, but you've given your reason why. But if you can, and if you do have the luxury of not being in one place, move around.
Yeah.
Or you could just be in your car and just listen to
I might do
music.
I might do that, Drizzy. This year I might dip one place this year.
Even if you dip and then end up back to where your base is.
Yeah.
But like just float. Just float.
Yes.
If you can, just float. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't be a fiend for alcohol. Like
100%.
if you like to drink, cool. Try to stick with your one liquor. I know that's hard to do at Carnival because if you meet up with people you haven't seen for a long time, they're drinking what they're drinking, they say, have a sip. But like try not to mix your drinks and make yourself look like a dickhead outside on these streets.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? Which leads to point number 2, which is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mind your fucking business. Just mind your fucking business. If you see me in a corner scrubbing down on someone or whatever, mind your fucking business. Don't pull out your phone. Don't turn it on record. Don't record people, especially don't record people who are in some sticky situation and it makes them look stupid. Because they're clearly highly intoxicated. They don't know what they're doing and they're trying to get their back. Don't record it and put it up online. Make them go viral for looking like a dickhead. Let's not do that.
Help them out, man.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like funny shit, cool. But like when someone's struggling, don't film it. You know, you're making it look like a dickhead just to get 1-2 little likes and it goes on this bar's IG account and that one at the detriment of someone being looked like an idiot. So let's not do that.
Let's not do that.
We like to be fly. The girls like to be cute. Those 2 days, especially for the man them, you don't necessarily need to be super fly, especially when it comes down to your sneakers, your crepes, however you want to call it. Because don't wear your best ones at Carnival.
No.
That's a fundamental.
I got Carnival crepes on Smash.
On Smash, right? Same. Like I don't wear the best of the best down there. We ain't got time for that. You know what I mean? And then the next day, Tuesday, you're like, oh man, I really just...
Yeah. I feel like we're talking from a place of privilege, but I feel like...
An experience.
Yeah, an experience.
We've made those mistakes before.
Yeah. I've worn crepes and I'll be like, why did I wear those crepes?
And yeah, man. And last but not least on the don'ts, don't think a dance is a relationship. If you dance with someone, she gives you a little wine, or if he gives you a little wine, don't then say to him, oh my gosh, you know what? I was thinking of like our twins should be called Hansel and Gretel or some shit. Like, let's not do that. Like, a dance is not a relationship. Just accept your dance and keep it moving. And if you're struggling and that person's still there, shit, recollect, go get another wine.
100%.
But don't be with that person all day and then just be like talking to them about, oh my gosh, so the moon and the stars and astrology and I'm trying to see Uranus and all that stuff. Let's not do that, okay? Right, now, let's get to the do's.
Oh, well, I got one more don't.
Go with the don't.
One more don't is stay off the bus shelters this year. I beg. Stay off the bus shelters. There's no need for you lot to dance on bus shelters.
Unless you're cleaning it, don't do that.
Yeah, we don't need to do that.
Please, not again.
Someone almost broke their ass Clark neck the last time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't want to see anybody hurt or you know what I mean. So yeah,
go home the same way you came when you get to Carnival, please. All right.
Yep.
So now we're into the do's.
Go for it.
Do take a wine. When you get down there, you see someone backing it up, back it up. Lock and load like it's the password for Wi-Fi. Grip, lock, wine.
And especially if she's looked back at you. If she's looked back at you and given you the check to say it's on and popping.
Check over stripes.
Give her that opportunity.
Right. But know your limit though.
Yeah.
If you know you only got 2 strokes in you, don't try to go for 4.
Give
her the 2 strokes and leave her wanting more, and then come back and give her the 2 strokes again. So in her head, she'll think like, right, took me to level 4. But technically, you gave her the 1, 2 times, right?
Facts.
All right. Represent your country. Be loud and proud about it. This is the time where, no matter where you are from in the world, represent.
100%.
Have your flag on full show. Let people know. People go, oh, what's that flag? Give them the lowdown. They'll just go, oh yeah, this is Jamaica. Give them the lowdown. Yeah, this is Jamaica. Boom, 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 boom,
Jamaica.
Just let them know. All right.
Yeah.
Next up, taste the rum. Again and
taste the rum.
The rum.
Taste the. I know the rum is expensive down there, but you can do. I have 2 of the few. You can make your own.
Yeah, true.
You can go to the shops because there'll be locals there and you can buy it. Usually there's a couple man them are walking up and down the high street selling their rum. Definitely get involved in that because that shit there will pop you off.
Shout out to my boy Ricardo because he makes a sick rum punch.
Shout out to Ricardo.
Make new friends, people. You can go down there solo, but I guarantee you're going to make new friends. And don't be afraid to make new friends with people because you never know. They might become your new carnival buddy 100% every year now. So go make some new friends.
100%.
Move in sync. You know, like Beyonce with her backup dancers, they all move together. Now, this goes back to the point we made earlier about have you ever got lost because you was caught up in a wine. If the wine is that good, take the number and keep it moving.
Yeah.
But don't get left behind with the crew. We came together, we moved together. We don't leave one soldier down and don't do that. We move together. Don't lose the man, if your boy's caught a little wine and he's looked in, bro, you know it's a good wine when he closes his eyes. When he closes his eyes and he starts humming, that's when you know it's a good wine. Give him 5 minutes, potentially 10, and then say to him, you're a rude boy, get the number, let's keep it moving. All right?
Facts.
Look after each other, move as a unit. That's that one. Live in the moment, please.
Absolutely.
Don't have to film everything. If you're getting a wine from a young lady or from a guy, you don't have to film it. Live in the moment. Just take it in and be like, wow, I didn't even know I had that rotation in my hips. I've been sitting on this all these years. I didn't know I had that in it. It takes a fine little brownie or a fine little something to make you, do you know what I mean? And just enjoy yourselves, people. Have a good time, please. That's what Carnival's about. Have a good time, mingle, speak with people.
Yep.
No attitude. Leave your attitude in the ends, please. As soon as you get on the train to go to West London, leave your attitude in your house and you're coming outside to have a good time. Spread loves, unity, peace. This is our thing. This is the one thing. You could say this is more our thing than even Black History Month. This is our thing.
Yeah, it's our thing.
We got to preserve it and look after it. Bring the good vibes, share the good word, let people know we can all congregate in one place, have a good time, and not do any fuckery.
Make it. I say make it memorable.
Please
make it a memorable time. If you're going on Sunday, which is where I usually go on a Sunday, make it a memorable time. Enjoy yourself. Like. What I'm noticing is life is very short and fleeting right now. So these times where you can get together with your people and enjoy yourself, make sure you do it and you do it well because we don't know if the next day is coming or not. So you get me? Yeah. Yeah, I respect you.
Yeah, I mean, so that was our, that's our little do's and don'ts.
Enjoy yourself, people.
All right.
Enjoy yourself.
So what we're going to do is, it's only right.
You are now listening to the Fast Food Podcast.
Fast Food Podcast. Drizzy Sakafet Freckles. Jojo Montana, Young J, Morgan Heights in the building. This is episode 13, Carnival Special. if it sounds today that it's a little bit off key and certain segments are not there, it's because we're off the cuff today. We're kind of like in that kind of vibe where we're kind of winding down for the weekend of festivities, but we also still want to bring you content. So we appreciate you, appreciate us. Quickly in the latest news, World Cup, Women's World Cup, they're in the final. Can we win this thing? Are we?
I mean, sure they can.
Do we care?
No, I've been watching.
Who's we?
England.
So you English, huh?
I was born here.
So you English now?
I was born here, so I guess so. I mean, they won the Euros, and now they're in the final. I'm going to be honest with you. I have not watched any of the women's football.
Really?
I don't care.
That's been good, man.
I don't really care about it.
I watched the game against Nigeria.
I think I got the highlights of the Jamaican game where we got through to like I think it was the first time we got into last 16 competition. But all right, let me not do the negative thing because we're having a positive pod. Women's football ain't at the level that I want to watch.
Okay.
But I am proud of them, especially our lot, in terms of what they've done, the effort they've put in, the grind that they've got to get to this position. A lot of stuff on TalkSport this week has been, should the manager manage the England football team? And
yes.
Yes. Why?
Why not?
Is it because she's been more successful than Gareth Southgate?
Flipping A. Like, look, if she does the back-to-back.
But where are you measuring her success compared to Southgate's? Because let's be real, there is a bit of tax on her success. Because let's compare the two sides of the pitch.
Yeah.
Men's football, the competition, the levels,
completely different. Yep.
Whereas even like England played Nigeria, right? And that Nigeria team is just pure P&P, up and down the pitch, right. Proper physical, right?
Right.
And it took England penalties to beat them. England got taken to 120 minutes. That Nigeria team hasn't got any technical quality,
right?
Out and out,
right?
They got beat. England pretty much suffered against hard work and desire. Whereas within the men's game, you need more than that.
Right.
You need to actually be good at what you do.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying the women aren't good at what they do because some of them are fantastic.
No dissing.
Some of them are hoopers. Lauren James is better than most men that play Prem.
Yeah.
Wait, what are we doing here, bro? What are we doing here? Listen.
You know, let's not.
You know what?
Hey Jay, you know what you do? You gas me. You know. I know why. I can see why J. Cole went on stage and got gassed. No, and you gassed me up, and I said yeah, and I was like,
it's all fun and games, yeah. Until the fans are like, let's get rid of that slag upstairs.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's all fun and games, exactly when shit hits the fan, and you got a woman that you got to. Don't forget when you. Let's just take experience, skill set, and qualifications off the table. We're dealing with men's football, a man manager and a woman manager. It's dangerous, you know. It's a very
and like even before we even get to that, like just if you look at the way, like you see, like you can bounce me, you can cuss me, Like man, we grew up
on that,
yeah. Like
women.
Let's not do it, man.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
And you know what it is? Even when you like, when managers lose the dressing room.
Yeah.
That happens with the men, where the dressing room's lost all respect for the manager. They don't care what's coming out. They don't care what they're talking about. It's just like, you're done. I feel like that will happen quite a lot more with a woman.
And I feel like it will happen quicker as well.
It will happen quicker.
And it's like, the way people will put in the narrative to it being like, because she's a woman.
Yeah.
Not because of her tactical understanding.
Yeah. What I want to say is I am very proud of the England team. What I also want to say is, Joe alluded to it or mentioned it earlier that we always compare, and I said we need to stop comparing. Let's just separate the shit. The women are doing their thing, they're smashing it, they're in the final. we don't need to talk about all the other stuff. Obviously, we are, but I feel like it just kind of gets, what's the word? It kind of gets swallowed up in all of the ethos. It gets swallowed up in the comparison with who's better, who's not better, women's rights, equal rights, all of that sort of shit starts coming out. And it's like, well done.
You know, I just said she should, Sabrina should take over just because,
Gareth State.
or is it Serena? Serena?
Serena, I don't know.
Over Southgate because she seems to be more willing to take risks with the team to get the result. Where Gareth is copy and paste.
Right. In that sense.
Do you know what I mean?
But it's all fun and games. So she ends up putting Trent in the 10 on a regular basis, and then one of these men in the crowd is like, "What the like? Do you get it?"
But she wouldn't though, because
you see England fans, yeah. England fans are like the hardcore racist and sexist football fans.
Oh yeah.
So it's like,
that's how we got here.
bro.
That's how we got here. We ain't forgot the Euros.
All right, big up the women for Sunday's game. Best of luck.
I hope Spain win though.
Oh wow, that's cold.
Man said, "Oh, el racismo over racism." What's wrong with this guy?
Racismo versus racism.
Okay. Have you seen Hijack?
I haven't finished it yet.
Okay.
Like 3 episodes in, I think.
Okay. Enjoy. I don't want to spoil it for you.
All right.
Is there anything else that I need to watch actually?
They cloned Tyrone.
That's trash.
Wow.
But I don't know.
Check it for yourself, man.
What is that on?
Netflix.
Okay, cool.
Then you got that hip hop ladies in hip hop thing on Netflix as well.
Yeah, I need to check that out.
You got The Bear season 2 on Disney Plus. What else, man? I watched a film called Joyride, bro.
Is that porn?
No, but there are porn type elements in it.
Right up my alley.
Right up my alley there, sunshine. Jolie, let's go and watch that Joyride, shall we? Get the cans in.
Have you seen that? That podcast where women sit in the back of a bus and that's for another episode. But I've not seen
it a podcast.
I've not seen that. But that's for another episode.
Hey, where do you subscribe to that? Because that's not on Spotify.
That ain't on no DSP.
To be fair, I don't even know what you're talking about.
One girl said the other day, like,
Lord,
she don't want to leave. She don't want to make her man leave home without busting at least 3 nuts.
Yeah,
I was like, rotted.
So talk about KP nuts to you.
I was like, rotted.
Nuts are good fiber as well.
You're a savage. She goes,
absolute.
I wake him up to head. He busts a nut. I make him something to eat.
You do what?
I link him during the day. At some point, he busts a nut.
You do what? You do what? Does the wife know about your crimes? Does she know you do this? Shit.
But I don't know. I've never seen that content before.
Back to the show.
But Joyride. It's about 4 Asian American girls.
Right.
And it's executive produced by Seth Rogen. And I'm telling you, bro, I'm not going to compare it to other things. I see some people compare it to other things. I'm like, I'm not doing that because it's its own thing. But it is easily... I haven't seen Strays. Strays is still to come out about dogs that are voiced by Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx. That looks hilarious.
I've seen the adverts.
But Joyride is one of the funniest films I've seen this year, last year, the year before that, and the year before that. It's hilarious.
Calm.
Absolutely hilarious. If you want a film to go watch, if you haven't seen Barbie or Oppenheimer or Turtles, go watch them. But go check out Joyride as well.
Do you know who Larry Elder is?
Oh.
Larry Elder.
No.
He's a politician. He's apparently running for presidency in America. He went on the Breakfast Club and wrapped up all of the man them on the Breakfast Club.
What, Envy and Charlemagne?
Yeah, wrap them up.
Really?
Yeah.
What were the questions they was asking him?
Any candidates that go on Breakfast Club, especially who represent a certain ideal,
them or whatever,
it's like there's vim for them.
Yeah.
This Donny here had all the rebuttals.
Oh, really?
Had all the talk, all the knowledge, all the research in the book, and wrapped them up. I would like you to watch it before we actually have a deep dive on it.
Okay.
Just because it's based on what I speak about a lot, where black people just feel like I feel like a lot of black people always do the victimization thing.
Yeah, of course.
And I feel like in 2023, I don't feel like a victim.
Just have to. We have to choose our moments, man. We some of us play the race card too often and for everything. I was walking by and a police officer happened to look in my direction and he kept staring there.
And because I'm black.
And now I'm like, he's racially profiling me when really he was looking in my direction because there was something going on that I wasn't privy to that was happening in my direction.
Yeah.
And then you film it, you put it online and you're trying to... we got to be very conscious of this because that age-old story of the boy who cried wolf... And then when it really is that go time, people are gonna be like, well, the last 3 times you did it, it wasn't nothing, so we're not going to pay attention to it. And it could cost someone something
100%.
bad. So we got to be careful with this whole victimizing stuff and all that. And sometimes we are the ones that make our fellow brother or sister feel like a victim because not all skin folk is kinfolk, you know?
100%.
So, man, we got to be careful with that.
I want you to watch that, and then I feel like in the next couple of weeks, maybe we have a little... conversation about that. Anything else before we sign out?
All right. Well, let me hit you lot with your, your takeaway. This week's fast food takeaway is real simple. Greatness is maximizing your personal potential.
Greatness is. I like that. I like that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. I'm a bit tipsy off the Nipsey, but I've had a good time today. I'm glad I came and pod. I'm glad I've joined my fellow men, Drizzy Sakafet Freckles, Jojo Montana, Young J. Don't forget we are here every 2 weeks, every fortnight, as they say, to give you food for thought, soul food for the mind, and feast for the palate. On all DSP platforms, Spotify, iTunes, and Google Podcasts. And then episodes go up 2 to 3 days after the audio has dropped on our YouTube channel, which is Fast Food Podcast TV. If you notice, we've kind of done we've changed a few things around, and we're just kind of trying to get our online presence a lot more transparent. So sign up, subscribe, like, interact with the stuff that we're talking about. We really do appreciate that side of the things, the actual connections that we have with the people that actually fuck with us, which is growing rapidly online, especially on our IG. So thank you very much, people.
Hey, have you seen your boy Ernie? Bro, since I bigged him up last night, I have not seen Dottie.
No, and I'll tell you off mic.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, big up Ernie as well.
All right.
Big up Ernie as well. People, I want to say be safe, do your thing, enjoy yourself at Carnival for those who are going, and we'll see you in a fortnight, and we're signing off like this. One, two. Yo.
Now we come to the payoff.
Mic check.
This is a test of the emergency broadcast system.
Food is a metaphor for information.
Yo, get your head around this. The concept, 2 men about this. Drizzy Sakafet Freckles, respect rebels. We'll take the stairs, you stay there. Next level, put up the frame, they couldn't see the vision. I'll take the blame when it comes to fruition. From 4 to 3, and then we lost 1. I won't cause a scene, cause camera's on, son.
It's a fast food podcast.
You look up, understand. You're in the dark with the sharks, it's a bloodbath. We got the mics, it's a fight, had a tough start. Now got the stripes, it's in sight, it's all love car. Morgan Heights, it's food for the mind. A feast for the palate, you can eat the design. Serial killer with a splash of cold milk. These men are built on weight, lactic acid, hold skills. Yo, give me the space, we need the mic. You know the vibes, you know the vibes. Camera, action, lights. We do what we do, we say what we like. It's the FFE. It's the FFE. It's the FFE. It's the FFE.